Yeah, I wasn't the last one here.
Since we had our last stream, I completed the first Edgeworth Investigations game.
Oh.
So I'm studied up and ready.
Nice. Give us a out of 5 stars. What would you rate it?
3.5, 4.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like,
I know a lot of
it's
people say
fine.
the second one is way better.
Yeah,
second one is
it's
so good.
definitely. I'm waiting to play it next because I'm bringing one of my friends through Ocarina of Time for the first time,
Nice.
and then I'm gonna go
You're a
and
good
replay.
friend. You're a good
Paper
friend
Mario
for
Passing
guiding
Your
them.
Door.
You're a good friend for guiding them through Ocarina of Time. Make sure
It's
make sure
making
you do
me
the
cry
water
a lot,
temple.
man. Like,
Make sure you do the water temple in one sitting. Just be very.
that's what we're supposed to do today.
Because that
It's
temple was
fine.
literally. I don't think they designed that temple with any idea that you would stop at any point, partway through.
Yeah. Yeah.
I soft locked my game when I was growing up when I was playing on the Wii Virtual
Oh my
Console.
god.
Because there's a point where you're messing with the water level, and if the water level of the temple is all the way at the bottom, and you're not and if you like leave the temple and come back, it is impossible to reset it back to the top if you don't have the long shot yet. So it sucks.
Yep.
Thank you for the resub, Mark. That is a very good point. One day. Alright, guys. Well, hello everybody. My name is Kirsten, Kiki, Goggles, whatever you want to call me. I'm not sure how many people I'm voicing today, so I'm voicing Maya, Iris, Dahlia, I don't know, maybe somebody else will come back and I'll voice, maybe Trilo will come back and I'll voice them. Who knows at this point? We're in the thick of it.
God, Trilo.
I was just trying to think. I was like, I don't know how many other. Oh, Emma. That's it. I was like, I voiced somebody else, but I can't remember who else. And for some reason, Trilo was the only one that came to my mind.
Right.
Is it just me, or do we not have the stream on our side of things?
Oh,
We do not
you're
have the
right.
stream on our side.
Thank
I was waiting
you.
for somebody to mention.
Sorry. Every week
once
there's
it-
something I
How long we
forget.
could bullshit our way through.
Yeah, you guys will be fine.
mention-
Every week there's something I forget, and it's
don't
just
have
a matter
a
of which one
what's
it
with the-
is.
What's with the voice channel topic? Parrot flavored penguin?
I didn't know
Mark?
you could make topics.
Yes.
Penguins.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I wanted to see if anyone would notice.
Well, congratulations.
I appreciate that. so much,
It was
though.
to be fair, it was far quicker than expected. I was expecting someone to notice like right at the end of the stream, but you noticed after about 10 seconds.
Hi, Tinny. Welcome in.
Oh, my wife. Hello, everybody. The one who noticed, hi, it's me, Emma. Legally contracted, obligated to, but also enjoying voicing Phoenix.
Yeah, last time.
Wait, last what?
I think
Last
we have.
time?
Because he doesn't show up in the next 2 games.
Well, depends
Well,
on
yeah, he
what order are we playing it
True.
in?
Depends on the order.
Yosh?
I thought we were doing
One day
pub-
we'll decide.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
might be the last one for 2 games. Might be the last one for just a bit. We'll see.
I know we talked a little bit about like potentially taking a break from this and like having fun. Like, let's dip into another game series just for like a one-off or something like that. Or
Yeah. The
I'm
problem-
so scared for when we do Danganronpa.
Oh God, we're not.
Oh,
doing
hell
that. We are not doing
Hell
Danganronpa. I'm
I'm
putting
gonna
my
be
foot
real.
down right now.
I'm gonna be
If you
real,
guys
Mark.
haven't played Project Eden's Garden yet, go download it and play it. It's a Danganronpa fan game that's better than most of the actual games.
Dang.
I heard it's awesome.
I threw that out there.
There's a plus-size girl in it that's so oompy. That's me for real. For real. That's one thing I guess it has over the main series too. The plus-size character in it isn't a joke. The joke isn't that they're fat.
Oh, that's so nice.
The joke is that they're awesome. There is no
Let's
joke.
go.
They're
Sweet.
a blacksmith. They've got a southern accent. Beautiful.
That's incredible. But I
Sorry.
yeah, who knows? Who knows if this will be the final, like for a while, or if it'll
Yeah.
be like. But I know we talked a little. I think because I know chronologically, or at least release order, it was Apollo Justice right after the 3rd game of this.
I think so.
that's-
I'm not sure. So yeah, it depends on if we go into the Apollo Justice trilogy, then like you'll be around,
Yeah.
at least in some capacity, and then if we go
Yeah,
into
but
Ace
not
Attorney
pretend-
or Investigations, then
But I won't be narrating. But I can still voice extra roles from time to time.
yeah, that is true. Yeah, we'll
That's what I'm
definitely
very
use you.
excited for. Is like not being the lead pro tag. I'll be like, yeah, give me Scroingus in this one case. give me,
Give me a
who's
weirdo
this
character here.
this what character who is far. My goal is to voice a character as far from Phoenix as possible. So
Hell yeah.
basically, yeah, there's a lot to work with. But yeah, that's just
Chairman
my
of the Springbok family.
There we go. I just got the notification that Murders on the Yangtze River's on sale. We can stream that next.
Oh my god.
we can all do Chinese name pronunciations, right?
Totally.
We won't upset
We're
anybody
trying.
with those attempts. Okay. Oh, right. Shit, introductions, yeah. I'm me and I'll be playing me.
Got it in one.
Yep.
Oh, this is me. Hi, I'm Ree, and I'll be voicing Pearl, and I guess whatever other characters I voiced in this at the end. Like, wow, this has been a trip.
I don't know for sure if we're gonna get to that part today. We might not, so don't
Probably not.
don't burst
Okay.
into tears at the thought yet, because we might still have one more. Because I know I'm gonna cry when we get to the end.
a multi-year journey finally
Yes.
coming to an end of conquering this trilogy.
Hello. I'm gonna be voicing this coffee guy. I think he's drinking coffee. Hello, I'm yours.
I was about to say, but who are you?
Voicing Godo. He's drinking coffee, I think.
Nice. Are you? Have you been convinced to try coffee again at this point, Yosh?
No,
Dang.
I have
okay.
not had a single cup of coffee in my entire life. and it
Oh!
will change. Sorry,
I thought you.
Godo.
I thought you tried it and you didn't like it.
No.
Gotcha.
You are the world's worst method actor.
I would love if like your solemn vow after voicing Godot is just I'm not gonna drink coffee like ever.
That's so funny. Okay, well with that, let's get
I
back
hope
into
I don't
it.
start right away. 'Cause I'm gonna run pee quick. My bad. I
Oh.
drank too much.
You'll be
coffee.
okay. I don't think it's gonna be like the judge is like, Pearl, how would you like to recap what just happened?
Honestly, that
I
would
mean,
be that would fit
you-
for him.
I mean, you say that, but I could make that happen.
No, you're a monster.
Well, Tinny has a coffee for you, Yosh. So she's taking that on for you.
Thank you.
Okay. We've been so long since we've streamed that we're almost back around to the actual date.
Holy
where this
shit!
is
Wow!
happening.
Oh my god! There's a
Imagine if we
non-zero
did-
chance that the finale will be around this time.
Yeah.
Imagine if we did a stream of these where we did them like on the actual days we had to do. We
That
had
sounds-
to perform on those days.
Oh boy.
I'm sad to report February 10th is on a Monday this year.
Dang. Well, we'll make an exception.
Yeah. it was
Everybody
like
call off
all-
of work.
Yeah, all responsibility.
Yeah, fuck your responsibilities. It's stream time,
I'm doing
baby.
something. This is more.
This is for the
bit. Yeah.
Now then, before we proceed any further, where is that pearl? I'm going to announce the results of the test we had performed earlier.
You are
Yes.
not the father.
Oh god.
That test?
Yes, Pearl, you are not the father.
Thank goodness. That's too much responsibility. I have a
We spent-
support system at home to help either, so.
We spent 75% of the court's budget finding this out. Yes, Tess, on the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree.
Oh yeah, that. I totally forgot about it.
Yeah, we found a knife, right?
And that's the weapon that Maya Fey used when she fought with the victim.
Can't believe the victim's bayonet.
So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood or?
Due to time constraints, a full test wasn't possible. However, there's one thing we can say with certainty. The The blood that was on the dagger was not the victim's blood.
Goodness.
Oh shit.
That is all. Now then, let's restart this trial.
It sends us back
Restart
to the
it.
beginning.
Let's start
It
all
sends
the
us
way
back
from
to
the
the-
beginning.
Yeah, just like me.
Ah.
That's the sign you get the bad ending. He's like, all right, let's
Oh.
restart the trial, and then it like sends us back to like
Oh
the
my God.
like the opening cutscene.
Now that actually
Imagine
does sound
if
like
there
kind
was
of
a
a fun concept, is like a
bad
time
ending.
travel, like a time loop attorney game.
You
We
guys
have to
want a
kill the
time loop
judge.
attorney game? How about a time loop, breakout escape room game? It's called Zenless Zone Zero.
Oh my.
So it wasn't Misty's blood on the day. Whose was it?
Looks more like jam, to be fair.
Mm,
I'm sure both the defense and the prosecution know this, but
Oh my God, Titty said deletes all the save files. I would kill myself.
I love how I said the wrong game. My bad. I meant 999. Holy cow.
Oh, I was like,
I was
I didn't know
I was
Zenless
like,
Zone
isn't that
Zero.
I was like, isn't Zenless just like the same as every other Hoyo
You
game?
know, it was the
I was
same
gonna say-
thing, 3 of 1 single character.
I was like,
gonna
dang,
say-
maybe I should look into Zenless Zone Zero more. I had no
I
idea
was
it
like,
was like
there's-
that.
It's fine.
It's like that sounds interesting. Hoyo can't make a game that sounds interesting.
Yeah. I was like, why is that one so different from everything else?
Fine, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, you were on the right track. 3 of 1 thing, ZZZ 999. I'll give it to you.
Seriously, 999 slaps though.
Yeah.
I
for
mean,
real.
you just rotated the letter like on its side. You just
Yeah,
pushed
yeah.
the Z onto its side and became a Z.
Want another time loop game? Should play Hit Game Remember 11.
Oh yes. I need to get back to that.
You need to get back to that
Yeah. Sorry.
right now.
Well, we're streaming. Surprise, everybody! This is our Remember 11 stream.
This
Call
trial
that
is
a
rapidly
pivot.
coming to a close.
Sure.
Both sides will need to show that some firm evidence with their claims.
I understand, Your Honor.
From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking. So, let's finish this quickly.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Very well, please bring in the last witness.
Witness, please, tell us your name and profession.
Maya Fey. My profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Maya.
According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of the Korean channeling technique.
I'm frightened. The Fey clan. I don't want any more to do with it.
Oh, yeah. The pain the flood. The pain bloodline causes. Okay, well, I gotta fix my connectivity. It ate my last line. Oh shit.
Very well.
There.
Now then, Miss Fey. When the event occurred, you were in the garden of the inner temple. And you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise Dunham's murder. Is this correct?
I didn't see anything.
Brighten up this instant, young lady.
Huh?
Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later.
But I...
Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses come out and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. Now, it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen?
Witness, if you please.
Yes, Your Honor. I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness.
So you were struck on the head. I suppose it must have been this staff. Where's Gandalf when you need him?
Maya, the person who hit you was Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh my goodness, excuse me. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was.
Maya, think hard.
Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't.
Huh. Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone.
It seems that it will be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Very well done, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination.
Maya, hang in there. He doesn't look well at all.
I'm glad as we progress through the series that to get to the end, like the next solution, you don't have to press every statement. Thankfully.
Yeah, it happens sometimes,
Remember?
but it's not as intense.
In the early game, it was like you had to do that all the time.
Yeah, such a pain.
What happened afterwards?
My attacker was in front of me, blocking off my escape. I think.
You think?
After getting hit like that, I was in a state of panic. There were only two things rolling around in my mind at the time.
Well now, this is beginning to get interesting.
So what were the two things rolling around in your mind?
My name is Maya Fey. 1 + 1 = 2. You see, for some crazy reason, I was afraid I was going to lose my memory. I know it's odd considering my life was in danger, but that's how it was.
That's not odd at all. Your actions are understandable given the circumstances. So, what did you do then?
You think you screamed, but you're not sure?
Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man, a woman, an adult, a child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits.
Leave me, my dear. I'm certain I would have soiled my robes again.
I thought this person might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought that it was my last hope.
Wow, sounds like poor little Maya really was out of her mind. Wonder what she meant by last hope. What do I do? Press her for more details?
Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff?
What? What do you mean by your last hope?
No. That's what you said. You said my last hope.
Huh? What? I said what?
Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me!"
Yeah.
But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope.
Oh, well, that's like, what do you call it when that happens?
Why, he's not doing so well up there.
Oh, yeah, oh, that's right! I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming to for help. Ah!
What is it now?
I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out.
Huh?
Witness, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there was another person.
I am, well, I meant to keep that part a secret. What have I done?
It takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say.
A ton of pressure.
You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber.
Witness, the information you just presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony.
Okay.
There was a man standing behind your attacker?
Yeah.
That was fucking Larry. That man. He's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise Donham. Otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother.
The killer.
Your mother. Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. I had to get that fucking spy TF2. Okay. Maya. You know who killed your mother, don't you?
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
To be frank, Your Honor, I think she's in shock and quite confused. That's why she hasn't noticed the huge problem with her testimony.
Huh? What do you mean? What problem?
Maya. On the night of the crime, that stone lantern was out of commission.
Huh? What?
It's true.
Hi, Yoshi! Welcome in. Hope you're good too. We're doing good.
Oh, it's good to have you. Hi, Yoshi. Very good to have you here.
Yes.
Hello.
It's actually happening.
Yeah.
My
The stream
impression
just
of
feels
my-
wrong.
My
Sorry, go.
method acting of Phoenix earlier in the case ended, so.
I was just gonna say, it feels weird if we don't have a double yo-yo here, Yoshi and Yosh.
Yes.
Balance is restored. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night.
No!
Order! Order! Order in the court! Mr. Godot, explain this.
Add the pureness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee. Stir. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. A cup of cafe au lait.
Cafe of lay? Is that even legal?
Mr. Trite's words are the milk, and you're the spoon, Your Honor.
Spoon? I'm no spoony bard, I'll have you know.
Wow, that sounds like straight out of Mark's mouth.
Yeah,
like that feels
absolutely.
like that feels like something
I'm-
Mark would just say.
I would never reference Teller from the hit game Final Fantasy IV.
I'm so sad Sam isn't here for that. You must have noticed it too, right? This witness's mental state is highly unstable right now. It's not hard to understand why she would make a little mistake like that.
I think we should stand around Maya and clap our hands really loudly until she gets her senses together. Nightmare, 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 nightmare. Sorry, but that's not gonna cut it.
What did you say?
There truly was no light in the garden. And there's a fatal contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony.
Nick.
May I? Recall the witness's statement about her attacker. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman, an adult or child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker. And she clearly described him as a man. In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person. Despite it being so dark that she couldn't see the face of her own attacker.
No!
Order. What in the world does all this mean, Mr. Order? Are you saying Miss Face saw the real killer under pitch black conditions?
Right. Do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen in the dark? There was no other light source at the scene.
The Fays have dark vision.
Hell yeah.
They're like almost every other 5e race.
She eats her carrots.
There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godot. Like your silly helmet you're wearing. Beep bop boop bop beep bop. That was insensitive. Maya, you did see who the killer was in the dark.
I like to think that Phoenix actually said that, like stared at him and said, and then like lowered his head and was like, that was insensitive.
That was low even for me. And now, you're trying to cover for him. I swear to God, if it's fucking Larry. Oh my God, if it's...
Cover for the man that killed her mother.
There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is.
Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please, I'm begging you.
Huh. You talk a good game, right? But let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black, so what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff.
No, Nick, don't! Please, stop!
Maya's dead set on protecting this guy. The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court. I'm here to find the truth.
Alright, Mr. Wright, time to show us what you've got. Who was this person that you saw Miss Face saw in the darkness? I bet it was the Blue Badger.
What?
Love this game.
Huh?
I love when Emma gets accidental foresight. It's amazing.
It is my favorite part of this game.
What
Emma,
the fuck? I
love your
made a joke
reaction
about
so
this.
much.
Was a very funny joke, I would say.
But wait, there's more.
I just thought I was like, ooh, that like we've seen it close, so we can see. Huh? Okay, well, time to act like I know what I'm talking about. Because it was pitch black, Miss Fey was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes?
Tinny just said, "That's my psychic wife!"
How do you propose to show us something like that?
It's easy. Just need to recreate the conditions of that night.
Conditions?
Phoenix has a fucking EMP in his hand. Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off.
Legally, you can't do this.
It does seem like a major safety hazard.
What? This is... I can't believe I shut my eyes.
We're required to have in our classrooms at least one light source on. Courtrooms are probably the same.
That was a nice bit of deduction. Tried.
Damn, that was cool. Well, everyone? This is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder.
Order. Prosecutor Godot, what is the meaning of this?
Hi, Joe. Welcome in.
Surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it?
Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person.
What do you mean by that?
If you've got a question, ask the witness. That's one of my rules.
Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night? Was it 3 glowing red lights?
Well, witness, answer the question.
You're wrong. I never saw that.
Maya.
I thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man. For a totally different reason.
What?
Yes, Mr. Right, what the?
Stop your chattering, Your Honor.
Chattering?
If it's worth asking, ask the witness. That's one of my rules.
Alright. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man.
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't realize it until after I woke up, but... When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. The torches were lit, and the body was gone. And all of the snow around the stone lantern had been carefully cleaned up, too. Since the person did all that work alone, I just assumed it was a man.
So it was after the crime took place that the witness came to think that the killer was a man.
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
No need to apologise. As Mr. Godot said, you're utterly exhausted.
Hi, Sarah. Welcome in.
It's only natural that you would be a little confused. Also, if you consider the situation you described, it doesn't seem too much of a stretch to assume that the culprit was a man for some reason. So right, proceed with your cross-examination.
No
Pulling
woman
up
could
the
ever do
Sandry
that.
here.
What, you both talked at the exact same time, and I couldn't understand what either of you said.
Sorry, I talked over Yosh. You go
I
first.
think we had the same sentiment.
I was like, yeah, I said like we're bringing out the Misandry here.
I said,
After all, everyone knows only a man can shovel the snow apparently in this world.
yeah, I said there's no way a woman could do that.
Yeah,
Wait,
totally.
that feels like backhanded. Like it's well, actually, I saying misandry. It feels like misogynistic a little bit. Actually,
Yeah.
wrong turn. It just feels
Hey,
like
what do you mean the killer did some physical labor? It must be a man.
Yeah.
enforcing gender roles, but also like it's like it just sucks overall.
Yeah.
Everybody loses. Everybody loses.
The only other times that a woman was a killer, they used lazy means like pushing a man off into some spikes or a gun.
Or poison.
Or poison.
Oh, women all the time, always using poison.
Women be poisoning.
Women be poisoned.
Using poison, woman moment.
Excuse me. Okay.
The torches were lit.
Yes, that's how I noticed that the whole scene had changed.
I'm gonna say it was the killer who lit the torches. I mean, what else could it be?
The killer probably lit them since it'd be impossible to do any cover-up work in the dark. However, if that's true, there's one thing that still bothers me. Why did the killer go to the effort of moving the body?
That's true. It's hard to see how that would be of any advantage to the killer. The only one who would gain anything from that would be the only person that was at the inner temple, Maya.
Very well, let me hear some more about the condition of the crime scene.
I forgot this is the case where a body was swung across the bridge.
Yep. Pendulum swing.
Which must have been a man because it took some physical effort to hook that up, clearly.
Yeah, fair point.
Had to be a man. Only a man can load a body in his Ford F-150 and
Oh,
swing
Jesus.
a body over a bridge. So you're saying the killer cleaned up the snow?
It did look really odd. Snow was removed in an unnatural looking rectangular shape around the lantern.
There were a lot of shovels around the inner temple, but they're all really heavy. Way too heavy for me to use.
An odd fellow indeed, this killer. Why on earth would anyone want to take snow away?
The judge has not lived in the fucking Midwest. Well, there's one thing I can think of. Didn't you say that a lot of the victim's blood sprayed onto the snow?
Yeah. The area collapsed and ended up being splattered.
In other words, the killer's purpose was to hide the bloody snow. I think that's the most reasonable explanation.
Perhaps. However, there's something that's bothering me. This wedgie. If the killer just wanted to hide the snow with blood on it, there was no need to remove that amount.
That's true. It scooped up just the snow that was stained with blood.
It looks like there are some mysteries behind this issue.
But I think this will help explain them. Okay, there we go.
naturally the killer must have done it, right?
Yes, I think so.
But why would the killer tamper with the crime scene like that? There must have been something that the killer desperately wanted to hide.
The truth is, when I saw the crime scene, I felt something.
You did?
Yes, I felt like the killer was hiding the evidence for me. For my sake.
What? Hiding it for you?
Everyone knew that I was the only one at the inner temple that night. If Sister Bikini had come back and looked at the garden...
She may have thought that you had done it.
No, she definitely would have thought so. And you're saying that's why the killer cleaned up the crime scene to make it look like nothing happened?
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Well, that's certainly an important piece of information. I wanted you to add that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your
Can't
Honor,
believe this.
that statement contradicts this evidence.
What?
It does?
Did I
I
fuck
don't see
that up?
anything contradictory.
Yes.
How did I fuck it up?
Really?
Objection denied. Try to think before you make accusations for once, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, try to think.
Whoops, that didn't go so well. I had to give a stock phrase, like it's not a, like that's something he says when it's not a dire case like that, where it's like, that may have killed me from my ice cream stand. Whoops, and then Phoenix is like, oops, sorry, I guess I got the wrong evidence.
What did you
Versus-
present?
I thought did I not
The
present the
autopsy
stone
report.
lantern?
No,
I
you
don't
did the
think you
autopsy
did.
report.
Oh, did it not click on it? Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you.
I
submitted the
probably did
autopsy
like
report.
this and then didn't pay attention. Dang it. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, now the music immediately stops.
The body of Elise Donham was carried all the way to Hazakura Temple's courtyard. Then, at the garden, the real scene of the crime. The snow that we suspect was covered in blood was scooped up and removed. It's reasonable to believe all this was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene.
Thank you, Yosh. That makes me feel better.
No
However,
problem.
there's still
Sorry, I meant
one
Yoshi. Sorry, I'm fucking up today.
It's like, there's still one matter that seems somewhat odd.
Oh, and what would that be?
You must have figured it out by now, Mr. Godot. It's the message written in blood on the lantern. It was written very clearly on the white stone lantern. Maya. If the killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion,
I am thankful for Yosh all the time because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know what to do in this game. So I am grateful. That is a standing statement, 100%.
oh, for real, Yoshi's spreadsheets and like guides. And
Yeah,
all
I like legit joke that like Yosh is the one that yells at me, but like I would be fucking lost if it was not for him. And yeah, so
Then why did they write the Why did they wipe the writing off the lantern?
No, you're right. Order, order, order. But, Mr. Wright, isn't it the fact that the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene?
Indeed, but it doesn't make much sense to move the body and remove the bloody snow, then not wipe off the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody writing.
But if that's the case, do you have an explanation for the killer's mysterious behavior? Why would this killer move the body and remove all the snow? But then there's a bloody writing on the lantern.
That's what I'm trying to fucking figure out. we just said the same thing. We just said the fucking same thing. Why are you trying to spin it like it's my fault? We're trying to hot potato the responsibility. I'm like, this is weird as shit. Well, yeah, it is weird. Can you explain it?
Good
I am
point.
going
What
to
about
run a
it?
magnet over your fucking goggles. I don't know what the killer's
Curious
plan
indeed.
was. But it's a fact that the killer left the writing on the lantern. Must be a reason for it.
Well then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your opinion. Why did the killer cross the road?
Why am I getting penalized? Why does it fall on me? Prosecutor Godot, earlier in this trial, you gave me some good advice. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth.
Maybe you're just as I thought.
The real killer wanted to disguise the fact that a crime had occurred there. If that's the case, they wouldn't have left the bloody writing on the stone lantern on purpose. Therefore, it must mean that they didn't notice it.
But that doesn't make any sense. The torches were all lit and everything. There's no way any normal person would miss something as glaring as that.
You're right. There's no way any normal person would.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright?
There's only one person involved in this incident who could have missed seeing the bloody writing altogether.
And
Oh
who
my
would that
God.
be?
Oh my god.
Who is the person that could have failed to notice the bloody writing?
The person who always sees red.
Pearl, because
Mr.
she
Godot.
can't read.
That'd be fucking batshit object permanence for if you can't read something, you just can't see it at
Yeah.
all.
You're like, that must mean something strange and random and was always there, so that's fine.
I don't know what that is.
Mr. Godot, this is what you said yesterday.
My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything.
You can't see everything? Is that correct, Mr. Godot?
This lantern was submitted as evidence today. I would like the court to think back to the moment it was first presented.
This lantern, there's something written on it. Why? It's written in blood.
Nonsense. This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle.
Mr. Godot, just admit it. There are certain colors you can't see, correct? I don't know if this is how color blindness would work. It would just be like,
It would be a different shade or a different color.
yeah, it would
I
be
think
like,
it's more of that his visor is a red lens. And if you've ever put on like colored lensed glasses before, you can't see
Yeah.
most of that color.
I think he sees everything in a red thing, and so therefore it blocks it out.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Does that mean he doesn't know what color he's saying because red's written in red?
Yeah. you
It's-
can't see
that.
on a red white background.
it's because I've seen a lot of times they've simulated what color blindness looks like, or like you can turn on, like you can kind of like run things through a colorblind filter,
Yeah.
and it's mainly distinguishing shades, not I can't.
I think this
Yeah,
is more of like the goggles he's wearing have that red filter on them.
Yeah, I can believe it's not one-to-one with like how our eyes naturally have.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's the goggles.
And also,
hate
I mean, we were
playing
talking.
Mineko.
Oh, sorry. What was that, Yosh?
Would hate playing Umineko.
You wouldn't be able to see anything.
If what?
Umineko. Because in
Oh.
Umineko, there's like the say it in red thing. So like you
Oh.
would just be fucked if you were playing Umineko. If Godot was playing Umineko. Oh my god, that's so funny. Jove, I like your idea that coffee looks like apple juice because of the color difference. That's very
I
funny.
love apple juice.
Apple-
What? This is an
Ow.
apple juice. Doesn't taste bad, but I was hoping for apple juice.
God, he just keeps drinking more and more, and it's just like, God, why is there apple juice?
It's like, wow, this tastes like crap.
You can't see red on a white background, can you? That's right. We went through this once before. During the poisoning case at Trilogy.
Awesome. Oh, right, this was in that one.
Yep.
Like the only important thing that happened in that case. This is the apron that the lad from the spirit was wearing at the time. And somehow spilled it. That's not... Someone spilled coffee on it, I think? No.
Oh, and somehow spilled coffee on.
And somehow... My brain couldn't process that
Yeah,
line.
It's all
It
good. No,
is- it
I've
is
had
weirdly
sentences in this
written.
game that feel like
And
that
somehow
too.
spilled coffee on. I love saying my lines.
There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why are we in black and white? I thought it was just you who had issues with seeing colours. Now we all do.
You're in a flashback, Judge.
But where's the harp music then? Why have
The
you
harp
not
player
explained
took
the
a day
bloodstain
off.
to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
Don't play games, prostituter. This blood colour stain that's smeared all over the apron.
Yeah, I just see the face of Bucky the Badger, man.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain.
That
just
makes
be
perfect
that-
sense.
It could just be that he's a robot and doesn't know what blood is because he survives off coffee as his fuel.
Oh my god, he's also a teacher?
Coffee. Okay, that took me a little bit to sink in. I was like,
I'm kidding, guys. I don't drink that much caffeine in a day. I don't
Yeah.
have 2 cups of coffee and a diet soda, and we're not talking about me right now.
no, yeah, it's your day off. lay off the teacher.
Yeah, she's only on the Red Bull shots today.
You could see the coffee on the white apron, but you couldn't see the ketchup because it was red.
Huh. It's strange. In a black and white photo, those letters would have appeared black to me. I wonder, why am I the only one that can't see them?
So then, Mr. Godot, are you admitting it? That you're a robot?
That was a
Are you
dumb-
admitting that you can't see the red writing on the lantern?
How are those lanterns floating?
I was just thinking, does he think those ones are floating then?
Hey, Gramps, didn't you know? That's the reason why I don't drink red tea.
What the fuck is red tea?
Red tea.
There's brown
Motherfucker,
tea,
I
green
would-
tea. I've never heard of red tea.
I wouldn't drink red tea. That's the kind of that's
Just
some.
like an herbal blend.
I know that, but I just like to imagine like it's some Resident Evil shit where it's like red herb, green herb shit.
It's just normal
Sure
tea,
about
but
it.
it's got red swirls in it.
Red
I'm sure
herbs
about
or
until
red
now.
moss prevents bleeding out in Dark Souls. Red moss.
Wasn't sure about it until now, but just can't believe it. Prosecutor Godot is the murderer. But there's no going back now. I finally figured out the truth. Mr. Godot, the defense at this time formally accuses you.
Whoa.
Yoshi says red tea is a very common tea, but I think it is badly translated as black tea in English.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
interesting.
That is very informative.
That would make a lot of sense too.
You are the murderer of Miss Elise Donham, also known as Miss Misty Fey.
It's hard to believe this may be true. However, once again, Mr. Wright has brought up a disquieting fact about you.
Huh. Just make sure you don't fill out the indictment in red ink, Gramps. Come on. How does a little graffiti make me into a killer? Besides, it's not like it's my name that's written here.
I'm certain the killer was able to see the color red.
This is rich. You can't try it.
The answer is right there at the crime scene. In the snow.
The snow? How so? What is so?
Well, for example, why did the killer move all that snow? Your Honor, you said it yourself. If he wanted to hide the bloody snow, why not take out just that area?
Yes, why didn't he take just that area? Ah, could it be?
Yes. The killer couldn't see the red I said snud. What the hell is snud? Is that snow blood? Couldn't see the red blood that had seeped into the snow.
I feel like they're using the red text more here just to mock him. It's like almost every other line now.
And so, he had to remove all of the snow. He couldn't be sure of where the blood had landed, so he removed the whole area.
Isn't it more likely that the killer couldn't see the blood because it was dark?
Not a chance. The torches were all lit. He would have been able to see just fine.
Seems that once again, this trial has taken on an unexpected turn, to say the least. Can you explain this, Mr. Godot?
I swear to God, it's gonna somehow get turned onto my responsibility.
Wait! Wait just a minute!
Maya!
What is it, witness?
Mr. Godot isn't the killer. After all, he didn't even come to the Inner Temple until 2 days after the murder took place. He didn't show up until after that old bridge got fixed up.
Maya. You can't testify to something like that.
Why? What do you mean? I may not look it, but I'm...
After the murder happened, you didn't even exist.
She didn't... I'm afraid I don't follow.
Are you senile, old man? We
Yes.
established this just a little... Oh. My
Things
apologies. After the murder, this witness was unconscious for a long time. Because she was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, that's right.
Please, Your Honor, let me add to my testimony. Nick, please listen to me.
Maya. You plan to cover for Godot no matter what the cost? If that's the case, I've got no choice. Your Honor, let's hear her testimony. If that means we're going to hear the whole truth, I say we should not silence her.
Nicely done, Trite.
Very well, let's hear the witness's testimony. Please tell us what happened at the Inner Temple after the murder.
Yes, sir. After I woke up, I began channeling, and my spirit left me, as it were. But little Pearlie was there at the inner temple, too. Pearlie was also stuck on the inner temple side that night. The next morning, she looked around, but couldn't find anyone. The next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Godot arrived at the inner temple for the first time. He found Pearlie first and cheered her right up.
Who is this Pearlie?
That's my little cousin, Pearl Faye.
And don't you forget
So when did you hear about this?
Oh, just a while ago, when I was in the medical office.
I'm terribly sorry. But what you heard from somebody else is simply not admissible as testimony.
What? Come on! Pearlie would never tell a lie. She's a way more honest person than I'll ever be.
really too honest. It gets me kicked out of a lot of places.
Being honest about the fact you have a firearm.
Do you want to see it? I got it from
No.
Mr. Gumshoe.
I like to think that in this scenario, she has not been provided a stool, so she's sitting next to Phoenix, and all you can see is her little hoops and then her gun being held up.
Yeah.
Just a little hand over the counter with a gun pointing at people,
Yes.
flailing wildly.
Waving.
Oh,
Real smart, Maya. You always know the best things to say when you're under oath.
That is not a good thing to mention, Maya, when giving testimony. Amen, Yoshi.
The prosecution has no objection. We believe the witness.
Mr. Godot,
Let's just move on to the cross-examination, if the defense has no objections.
well, this is highly unusual, but, well, Mr. Wright,
Let's get this cross-examination started. You cheered her up?
That's what Pearlie said. She said he was a very nice older gentleman. Thank you for looking after my cousin, Mr. Godot.
and here I was thinking you were nothing more than another coffee addict.
he said, good, he'll get me the twistable crayons this time instead of the other ones, because I can't break the twistable ones, he thinks. I said bet.
Cut it out. You make me blush.
This guy really is beginning to get on my nerves in more ways than one.
The truth is, there aren't that many places to look on the inner temple side. The policemen were all busy going over the garden with fine-tooth combs. So, I decided to carry out an investigation in my own way. Godot style.
I'm the same way. I like to hand down my verdicts in my own way. Judge style!
Maybe I should ask some questions. Phoenix style.
Please tell me he asked this one Phoenix style.
Imagine if he's just like, Phoenix style, oh, forget it. And he just wails. He's like... He said that you conducted an investigation of your own. Did you find anything?
It looks like my investigation went about as well as yours, right? After all, I did miss the bloody writing on the lantern.
Well, you didn't miss it. Speak for yourself, Goggles.
Who?
I'm over here. I don't know what you're talking to him for.
The only odd thing I discovered was the beauty in the training hall.
Beauty?
Misty Faye, naturally. Clad in a stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes.
Western tastes? Did he find a stranger way to describe the gravy? Go.
So from there you headed for the prep room.
We hit our fucking gravy quota for the stream.
Gravy?
Wait a sec. What did Godot just say now? I think I found his proverbial weak spot. Only one thing of any importance. Where was Godot when the murder was taking place? He's already been at the Inner Temple when it happened. Otherwise, he couldn't have killed Elise Donut.
You could just turn to Myra and go, "Oh my god, Godot's your new stepdad."
Oh my god. Mr. Godot. The first time you crossed Dusky Bridge and went to the Inner Temple was long before the murder took place.
Why do you say that?
Because he just made one fatal slip-up. The hanging scroll in the training hall.
Hanging scroll?
But, Mr. Godot was right. That scroll shows a picture of my mother.
Maya, I know you know who it is, but there's something you didn't know. By the time the bridge had been repaired, 2 days after the murder, the hanging scroll in the training hall looked like this.
What's that wonderfully delicious smell?
Did
Is it Paraburgers?
Did I just hold up the fucking, like, banner?
I think
like,
so.
actually covered in gravy?
You brought
Just
it, you brought
wafting
it
it
all
over
the
to
way
the
here.
judge.
The image is smell-o-vision or some shit? Which is disgusting for a murder court. That sounds fucking awful.
Yeah, ooh. I hope
don't
it's
want- I don't want
optional.
smell.
Like you could tab it
Yeah,
on
I
or
hope
off, depending on the evidence.
Corpse smell. The morning after the crime, someone covered it with gravy.
Gravy? But why gravy, Nick?
I don't know why gravy. I don't know why. Gravy, 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 gravy.
Gravy would go great on my parrot burgers.
That's a lot of gravy.
Gravy, 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 gravy. All right.
Hey, calm down. It's all gravy, baby.
I'm gonna mash your fucking potato.
Calm down. We leave the roasting for after the case.
Yeah. Because gravy was much more than a condiment to the culprit. Well, Mr. Godot, if you really hadn't seen the hanging scroll up until after the murder, you would have any idea of knowing that it was Misty Faye.
Wait a minute, Nick!
Yes?
Take another look at the hanging scroll. Look, at the top. There's a crest there.
Ah, that. It's the mark of the master, correct?
Exactly. So if you know the meaning of the mark...
And you could guess that there was a picture of Misty Faye on there.
True. But Mr. Godot described what was underneath like this. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes.
Oh.
Yes, it's possible that he knew what the crest meant. However, he could have known that she was wearing Japanese clothing. Mr. Godot, on the day of the murder, you were hiding at the Inner Temple long before the crime took place.
Can I ask you just one little thing to write?
What is it?
This whole theory of yours. It all rests on a certain assumption. That I knew beforehand that a crime was going to be committed.
That's right. Otherwise, there's no reason for him to sneak onto the crime scene.
Of course, Mr. Godot knew about the plan.
Huh?
Did you say?
Did I fucking stutter?
Is it really possible that another person knew of that plan?
This crime was actually planned over a year ago. Morgan Fay authored the plan for her daughter's future. And these instructions were hidden somewhere in Fay Manor for a year. However, by the time little Pearls found these instructions, they'd already been unsealed.
Unsealed?
Yes, the killer had read these instructions long before Pearls ever found them. That's how he knew the crime was to take place at the Inner Temple.
And you still insist this crafty killer is me.
You bet I do.
But you just said that the instructions were hidden.
That's right. Mr. Godot couldn't have known where the instructions were hidden.
If he really wanted to know, he had one great chance to find out.
Yes, and when was that?
During a visit,
A visit?
Morgan Fay told her daughter Pearl about where the instructions were hidden. During one of her visits to the detention center. That would be the only time for someone to have learned where they were hidden.
Eavesdropping on a visit at the detention center.
Yes, it could be arranged if you were someone with easy access in and out of there. Like, for example, a prosecutor such as Mr. Godot.
Order, order, order. Mr. Godot, you're under fire again.
This murder could not have been carried out without prior knowledge. And you were the only one who could have acquired this information before the murder.
Humans are afraid of the dark. And yet, at the same time, we're fascinated and bewitched by it. Maybe that's why humans drink the darkness. That is coffee.
Sorry for always asking, but what does that mean?
It means there's a reason for everything. According to your theory, the killer in this case eavesdropped on a conversation during a jail visit where he learned of a hidden plan for a crime. After discovering the plans, he hid in the inner temple and waited for the crime to occur. Then, he ultimately took a person's life. And he did all of that just to protect this witness.
That's right.
If you're accusing me of this crime, I have to ask you, why would I do this? This girl is nothing but a stranger to me. I've got no reason to go through that kind of trouble to protect her. I am what you see. I am certainly not the type to rescue the damsel in distress.
The killer's behavior is certainly extreme, for lack of a better word. Even considering that the killer wanted to protect this witness's life. His behaviour is still a little too unnatural.
However, you had a good reason, didn't you, Mr. Godot? An unshakable reason that forced you to protect this witness at all costs.
I knew it. You figured it out, haven't you, Nick?
Maya. Guess you were doing your best to cover for Godot. Same reason, huh?
Okay, try it. I'm all ears. Let's hear it.
It's very simple.
Hi, Mike. Welcome in.
Oh man, that's a nostalgic name to hear. Welcome in. Oh man, I think it's been ages. Maya Fey is a lot more than just a stranger to you.
What's this?
There's one person who lies at the very center of this whole story. One person that ties you and Maya Fey together inextricably.
Larry.
It was like, yeah, it's fucking Larry. There's a very good reason why Maya Fey's life is so precious to you. After all, she is Mia Fey's only sister.
Mia. Fey.
Hi, Shadow. Welcome in.
You once worked alongside her. That was when you were a defense attorney.
Wait a second here. Mr. Godot is a defense attorney.
With your honor's piercing intellect, you must have figured it out by now. The real name of this man who calls himself Godot, his real name is Diego Armando. Isn't that right?
No, he's actually Grossberg.
The last time someone called me by that name was over 6 years ago.
Diego Armando. That name rings a bell.
It should, Your Honor. All of this is related to a single case. A case in which a convict named Terry Falls killed himself. Mia Fey's first time in court. The tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. She knew that behind it all was a heartless, scheming demoness in disguise. But in the end, Mia couldn't tear off that disguise. However, there was one man who reached out to help her. Diego Armando, a senior defense attorney at the office where Mia worked.
Uh-oh.
Reed, you want to sub in?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I can sub in. It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself.
Mia.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
You can't cry yet.
Sorry.
I like to think this.
I
She
no,
just said
try,
that out
Reed, I had
loud.
the same thought, and I was like, I'm gonna keep this to my fucking self. Thank you for speaking. Thank you for speaking out what I was thinking.
You can't cry yet.
Ooh.
The only time a girl can cry is when it's all over. I was moved by her. The way she put all her faith in her clients. That pure, sweet heart of hers. That's why I could never forgive Dahlia Hawthorne. Mia and I thoroughly investigated that fake kidnapping incident. Then, one fateful day, Dahlia wanted to meet with me. It had been 6 months since the trial. We met in the courthouse cafeteria.
Ah, I just remembered. 6 years ago, right here in this courthouse, you were poisoned.
Even I didn't see it coming. Dahlia Hawthorne slipped some poison into my coffee.
Some newspapers at the time called it a murder. Very little information about the case was released to the press.
But you weren't dead at all.
No official reports ever actually called it a murder. I was just in a deep, deep coma.
I see.
My body shut down, and my life became nothing but a long, deep sleep. That woman's poison did a real number on my central nervous system. I lost my sight, and all of my hair turned white due to the damage it caused.
That's terrible.
Apparently, it was a miracle that I ever regained consciousness. 5 years had passed since I drank that poisoned brew. Then, one morning, my eyes flew open from the smell of a doctor's cup of coffee.
5 years? You were asleep for 5 years?
And the worst possible news was waiting for me. Mia Fey was dead. From the very moment I opened my eyes, I had already lost everything I thought I had. The woman I loved had been murdered. And the woman I lost had been sentenced to death.
Woman you loved?
The woman who had spiked my scalding hot coffee. Dahlia Hawthorne. Good old Mia. She didn't let me down. She got her revenge before she checked out. In the end, there wasn't anyone waiting for me when I woke up.
That's so sad.
For someone like me, for someone who had slipped away their best days, there were only 2 reasons left to live. And it was for these 2 reasons that I decided to become a prosecutor.
If I may ask, what were your 2 reasons to live?
The first was you, Trite.
Huh? Me?
If I hadn't drank that stupid poison, Mia Fey never would have died. much less the way she did. You were the only one who was there to protect her. But you let her die. It was all your fault.
Damn, this is really like... This is resurfacing old fucking scars for Phoenix, holy shit. He fucking beat himself up the entire case and had to break through that, and now we're just going like, it's your fucking fault. It's like, damn, the line's cold, but it still hurt. It wasn't like that.
I wanted to see for myself what kind of man you really were.
So that's why you became a prosecutor.
My other reason for living. She goes by the name of Maya Fey.
Huh? You mean me?
You were the only way I could make up for the sin of not saving Mia. 1 year ago, when the Crane Village incident was resolved, it was obvious that Morgan Fey was planning something. Whatever her evil plan was, I was determined to stop it. My role as prosecutor put me in the perfect position to do something about her.
That's how you overheard Pearl's visit with Morgan at the detention center.
I knew that the time was drawing near. Since I knew the plan, I thought I could foil it. My goal was to avoid the plan. I thought if I could do that, I could keep that girl from being caught up in it.
It makes sense. Pearls had known that the actual purpose of the plan was to kill Maya. She would have never helped out.
Finally, the day of the plan was drawing near. I contacted both of my accomplices.
Accomplices?
Iris of Hazagura Temple and Misty Fey. I especially needed the help of Iris. She was to take the fall in my backup plan, in case we couldn't control Pearl Fey.
But how did you contact my mother? She had been missing for almost 20 years.
Officially, yes.
What? What do you mean, officially?
You've heard about it, haven't you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government.
Mention it. Bikini did say something to that effect. She said that the Master of Parain had great authority.
Even without her official position, Misty Fey still wielded great influence. The police have been keeping an eye on her movements all this time. That's how I was able to contact her. Again, because of my position as a prosecutor.
So my mother was cooperating with you?
Don't ever forget. No matter how far away from you she was, she never stopped thinking about you.
She was always...
That's why I knew she would do anything to protect you. If you want to know how strong her resolve to protect you was, look at her staff.
A staff? The one with the sword in it?
The day the plan was to be carried out arrived soon enough. We met for the first time at Hazakura Temple. That's when your mother showed me her special staff. I realized it then, just how far she was willing to go. She was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fey if necessary. Yes, even if it meant paying the ultimate price.
Mother.
That night, the night of the crime, there was just one way to stop Morgan's evil plan.
You mean pearls, don't you?
We had to make sure she didn't channel Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh.
Wow. This is just the cameo of one
Fine.
line.
I think last time I think I covered for it. I
Did
think,
you? Okay.
Yeah. Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight?
Doing seances in my room for fun again.
All the teddy bears in the river spinning their heads around. If you'd like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together.
We thought we could prevent her from playing her part in Morgan's plan. But she never showed up.
She was worried and followed me to the inner temple.
That was the thing we were most afraid of. And that's why Misty Faye had to do the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body.
What? What do you mean?
Oh, oh no. Fuck. If she channeled the spirit first, then Pearls wouldn't be able to do it herself.
As Master of Khura'in, Misty Faye's power was supreme. So that's how it went down. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne so that Pearl Faye wouldn't be able to.
What? Is this true?
My role in the plan was to make sure no one was going to hurt Maya Faye. That's why I hid myself at the inner temple. Just in case you needed to be saved from Dahlia Hawthorne.
Good to know.
Anyway. That's all I'm going to admit to. Right.
Huh?
There's no doubt about it. You're a great defense attorney. But you're going to have to do the rest yourself.
The background leading up to this incident has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim? There are only two possible suspects right now. Maya Faye and Pearl. Oh, and Godot as well.
Hey, I've said it 10 times. It could have been, but it wasn't.
That's what the murderer would say.
You have no evidence. Ah, shoot.
Well, try it. If you're the real deal, then finish the thing once and for all. It goes beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can finish this on your own.
No, Nick! Please don't.
Maya.
I heard the whole thing. From my sister in the medical office. That's why I have to protect Mr. Godot. I can't do it. I can't testify against him. After all, he's the man who put his life on the line to protect Mia. And me too.
Maya, I know that.
Nick!
But even so, doesn't absolve him of his crime. Please, Maya, testify.
Miss Fay, your testimony, please.
This is the final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything, because I'll know. I want to hear the truth from your own lips.
I understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick.
Alright, young lady, tell us about the moments before you lost consciousness. What exactly happened at the time of the murder?
Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights. 3 of them. I thought I'd ask for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead, though. She struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly the red lights went out and the whole area was dark. Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream. Right after that, Dahlia collapsed and I lost consciousness.
These red lights, I thought you said you don't remember seeing them.
I'm sorry. I thought I saw them, but then they disappeared all of a sudden.
Things break, right? Even the best of theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Fay? It looks like you still can't prove it.
Maya's telling the truth this time. I know it. The rest is up to me.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Proceed with your final cross-examination of the witness. I wonder how many final cross-examinations there is each case.
Yeah.
This
Funny you say
is the
that
final.
with somebody here having just finished Investigations 1.
Yeah, I've heard Investigations 1 has a lot of, yep, this is the final, yep, final.
Totally
This,
not
this will end it.
mine.
What do you mean by just at that moment? Do you mean the moment when the red lights went out?
Yes, that's right.
The scream you heard then, was it Dahlia Hawthorne?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a man's voice.
What? So then, that scream came from the killer?
That's gotta be it.
I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it.
And then the killer let out a scream of pain,
After that, the killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess.
Well, Mr. Wright, it seems to make sense to me.
Sounds like reasonable deduction, but I still kind of wonder.
I'm sorry to say this, but that interpretation would create an enormous contradiction.
That makes sense. After all, my deductions are almost certainly never correct.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself, guy. Remember the testimony she just gave before the killer let out a scream? Maya said she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade and the staff had already been plunged into the victim.
Is that right?
She couldn't have struck back with a sword that was already stuck in her body. The weapon that caused the killer to let out a scream must have been something other than the staff.
If you're so sure about that, then don't keep us waiting any longer, Trite.
one thing I can think of. It could have been used as the weapon here.
If Dahlia Hawthorne had already been stabbed in the back by the staff, what could she have used to strike back at the killer?
Naturally, the dagger the killer brought to the scene of the crime.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. As per usual.
This dagger was found at the crime scene, stuck into a pine tree.
Yes, the detective found it this morning and brought it to me.
Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this. And she managed to wound him as well.
Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean that he was wounded. For all we know, the blood on the dagger could have been from the victim.
Have you forgotten that the blood has already been tested? Since we learned it wasn't the victim's blood, it must be the killer's blood. The killer must have a wound somewhere on his body. Now let me inspect your abs for any stab wounds.
So you're saying the blood on this dagger belongs to the killer?
Exactly. A DNA analysis of the blood would prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And yes, Mr. Godot, it would prove that it's your blood.
Nice theory, Trite.
Order! Order in the court!
Is this the end? Have I done it?
Yeah. Yeah, right. You're kidding yourself, Phoenix. Come on! Come on! Do you know what franchise you're in? Come on!
Even he won't be able to change the results of a scientific test. No way!
Yeah, okay.
Let me ask you something, Trite. Let's just say that it turned out that I was the killer.
He admitted it!
Do you really think I would be stupid enough to leave evidence like that?
What?
Just think for a second. This dagger was found this morning by a detective and brought to me. There was already blood on it, correct? But even so, I was the one who brought the dagger here to the courtroom.
Yes? And what does that prove?
Well, if I really were the killer, I could have washed the blade off and then planted another person's blood on it.
That's... It can't be!
In any case, there's one thing I can guarantee, Trite. That blood, it doesn't belong to me. Not a chance.
What?
In any event, it seems to be established that the killer was wounded. Alright then, witness. Continue your test.
Wait a minute!
What's the problem?
I know I probably shouldn't say this, but there's a big contradiction in Nick's explanation.
Maya!
This dagger? You said that it wounded the killer.
That's right.
But if Mr. Godot had really been cut with the dagger, his clothes should be bloody or have a rip in them, right?
Maya? Maybe he just changed his clothes? That solved the contradiction pretty easily.
What are you talking about? It's not that simple at all. Remember back to the day of the murder. Everyone that was on the inner temple side got trapped there.
Ah, that's right. And once the bridge was fixed, the police headed for the inner temple.
Mr. Godot was already there waiting for them. He never had a chance to change his clothes.
Order, and
Well, maybe he brought a change of clothes with him.
but no one could have predicted the lightning strike that shut down the bridge. Why would anyone have bought a change of clothes?
Did the judge take smart pills during the last recess?
Well then, maybe the killer took off his clothes before he committed the murder. That way. Phoenix. My guy. It's fucking winter. My guy. That's the next line is like, dumbass, it was winter. That way he wouldn't get any blood on them.
Damn, another murderer done by the Naked Slayer.
Yeah, Jesus.
That's impossible, right? It's winter. You know how cold it gets up there late at night. After a few minutes with no clothes on, he'd be frozen solid.
Ah! Come on, Phoenix, you know how cold. Yeah, even Phoenix would fucking know. He fell in the fucking river.
Tini makes a good point. I mean, he could have still brought a change of clothes if he knew he was going to commit a murder. That seems like basic 101 smart people thing, but I'm not sure I'm not sure how smart some of these people are, so.
Huh. So, that's all you've got. I knew you weren't tough enough to finish this. Right now, if Mia Fey was here. If Mia Fey were here, she would have closed the book on this case already.
Mia Fey were here.
So come on, try it. Can you do it or not?
How about it, Mr. Wright? You've accused Mr. Godot of being the killer. But can you prove it? Have you got even one piece of evidence?
The question isn't whether I can prove it or not. The fact is I have to prove it. It's the only choice I have. I was taught that it's one of the rules of being a lawyer.
I can prove it. I'm gonna bring your magnificent vengeance to fruition, just as you want it.
That's good. A fighter to the bitter end, try it.
Oh, this is nostalgic having this, oh my god, cornered.
Mm-hmm. Since there's just one piece of evidence that can prove your point, why don't we go for the unlimited penalty?
Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Godot? Because it doesn't matter to me. I've got the one piece of evidence I need.
You give me a break. You've got nothing, try it.
What do I do at a time like this? It's simple. I've got to think outside the box and approach this from a different angle.
Alright then, Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've got.
There's one thing I've demonstrated in the previous cross-examination. The killer was wounded. That was proven by the blood on the dagger.
But We decided it was impossible for him to have hidden such a wound. If he had been cut by a dagger, there should have been a bloodstain on his clothing.
There's one place. One place the killer could have hidden his wound.
What did you say?
Hidden?
This is it. My last stand. I need to think about this from a different angle. I don't need to think about why there would be no bloodstains on his clothing. I need to show how he did. I need to show how he hid the wound.
It's the end of the line. The final stop, tried. Let's see what you've got. Where's this location where you said the killer hid his wound?
On his attorney's badge.
Oh my god, if it was literally...
We finally got a use for it.
I don't know what you're talking about. And frankly, I don't need to know. What I do know is that you'll never be half the lawyer she was. Isn't that right? Right. What was that just now? Mia? It can't be. You're living on. Through him.
Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound. It's beneath your mask! During the fight, the red lights given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right, your mask went flying off your face! Mr. Godot, would you mind removing your mask? If you have a dagger wound under there somewhere, then I'd say this whole case is solved.
Just now, I saw a spirit in you.
Hmm?
I never liked you. 6 years ago, you helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding a bottle of poison. And then, while I was sleeping, you let Mia die. But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. I could never forgive you. That's what I thought.
Mr. Godot?
But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. The truth is, the only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive was me.
You, yourself.
I was the one that failed to protect Mia. Me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth, to escape from the harshness of reality. I just couldn't face Mia's death head on, so I ran. I hid behind a mask. I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit.
But, You saved Maya!
Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway.
What do you mean?
Are you listening, Maya? If I'd really wanted to save you, then there's one person that I should have gone and talked to right away.
Who would that be? Are you talking about Nick?
But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother. But I closed my eyes to the most important man involved. Do you know why? The real reason.
No. Why?
I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all.
Huh?
I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia. Nothing more. That's why I let you walk right into a situation that I knew was dangerous. Forgive me.
You're wrong! You put your life on the line to save Maya!
Was it really for Maya's sake? Even I'm not really sure.
What do you mean by that?
That night, in the darkness of the garden, when I saw a silhouette, a part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me. It could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. But I still picked up the blade. It was like I was dreaming. I'm not sure exactly what was going on in my mind at the point. Was I really motivated by the pure desire to protect Maya Fey? Or was it something else? Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have been simply a desire for revenge? And now, I don't know anything anymore. I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was the arrogant one. I was just chasing an illusion, a fantasy. The stupid fantasy of defeating you in the courtroom. You were the one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from Mia's death. Instead, you picked up where she left off, as a true defender of the people. In that one moment, I understood everything.
Mr. Goodell.
I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando.
Mr. Armando, I believe in you. I know you were trying to save me.
Thanks.
Your wound. It's bleeding.
Did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist. These must be my tears.
Here's.
Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this very moment.
Mr. Armando.
You do well to remember this, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
This time, it really is all over, isn't it? Defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body in the crime scene is a serious offence in of itself.
I understand, Your Honor. Mr. Armando explained that to me very carefully. I knew the risk and I willingly cooperated anyway.
Very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say?
Well, there is one thing. I'd like to say something to Mr. Wright. I want to apologize to you.
Apologize? To me? For what?
For the case 5 years ago, of course.
I just remembered. Weren't you poisoned by your own lover?
Not exactly, but yeah, something like that. Even now, 5 years later, I can hardly believe it. She was going to do it. She was planning to kill me.
It's not all that surprising. The two of you hardly knew each other.
Huh? What do you mean?
You and my sister, you only met twice.
Huh? We only met twice?
The first time you met was on that fateful day. The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria of this very courthouse. The next time you met her was 8 months later. You met her again on the day that she stole your cold medicine. And Doug Swallow was killed.
No way! It can't be true. I mean, during our whole relationship, we were...
For those 8 months, the woman that you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't actually my sister.
Fuck. Fuck, man. Fuck, man. Fuck, I was already emotional. Fuck, no!
Hi, Yaka, welcome in. Oh, are you okay, Emma?
Yeah, I'm just... I'm gonna save my words for...
Huh? It wasn't Dahlia?
I hope one day you can forgive me, Feeny.
You mean...
That's right. I lied to you for 8 months.
So much.
But why? Why would you do such a thing?
Ever since she gave you the bottle that day, my sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could. Because of the police investigation and their surveillance, she couldn't move about freely.
So that's why you...
My sister, from the beginning, she was prepared for the worst.
Prepared for the worst?
She thought that you might somehow discover the truth. That's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice.
You mean she was ready to kill me, don't you?
She already had so much to answer for. I didn't want any more sins on her soul. I begged her not to do it, and she agreed to give me a chance.
And that's why you came to me? You came to get the bottle pendant back from me in her place?
But I couldn't get you to give it back. I failed at something even as simple as that. 8 months passed and I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer. She didn't consult me about her plans for you that day. It was the first time that had ever happened.
That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Up until that day, you two were partners in crime, and she would confer with you.
I think she must have noticed.
Hmm? Noticed what?
My feelings for you. If I had found out she was planning to kill you, I would have done whatever was necessary to stop her. Even if it meant her life. Or mine.
Iris.
After spending those 8 months by your side, my feelings towards you, they changed.
I have something to say to you, too.
Yes,
You really are the person I always thought you were. Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, I still believed in you.
thank you.
How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. I tell you though, right now, this one here is the greatest cup I think I've ever had. Don't you think so, Phoenix Wright?
Hell yeah! Cheers, I'll drink to that. Yeah, I think you're right.
The purpose of this trial was to rule on the murder of the victim, Elise Donim. At some point, I expect you will be tried for your role as an accomplice in this case.
I understand, Your Honor.
Very well. On the charge of murder, I hereby the defendant. Not guilty. Court is now adjourned.
I'm glad we spared the confetti this time.
Yes,
I was
same.
really expecting it to cut to the...
Hooray!
We just
Okay.
keep going.
I have a I was gonna say I have a very important question. How do we handle what's left of this? How much more is left?
I can check. Give me a moment.
Okay. And then should I if we keep going, should I at everyone and be like, hey, if you can hop in right now?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. I will
For
prepare
like
to
the...
do that
Oh, yeah.
for the finale
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
If it's not a lot, if it's... Does anybody here immediately have to leave, in the next, 15, 20 minutes or so?
I'm all good.
Not me personally.
can stay.
Only obligation me is I want to feed myself eventually, but
That's
that's not
fair.
worth that's not worth being like no more because I'm already fuck. Now I see
Yeah,
what
that's...
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be fucking real. I thought Phoenix being a bi icon was like, you know, just like pure fanon, or was just like, oh haha, he's bisexual
No, he
because of like
literally.
mannerisms. He is.
And
Fuck,
the
man.
Yoshi's been like
video
waiting
I
like
found
4 years for us to get
takes,
to this
like,
part.
20 minutes for
About
this
20
part.
minutes.
Oh, so yes, I have been waiting this entire time. The best moment in the series.
Okay. Is that 20 minutes including the finale, or is that 20 minutes before the finale?
20 minutes including
Okay.
credits.
Okay. All right. All right, we're gonna keep going, and hopefully people can hop in. So.
Oh wait, I don't know if we'll have. I don't know if we'll have Sam, because Sam's at the fucking
I
Smithsonian.
know that breaks my heart, but that's on him for being a cool tourist person.
Well, I guess to be fair for Sam, like even if he wasn't at the Smithsonian right now, I don't know if he'd be able to jump in call.
Yeah, that's fair. Yes, Yoshi, we are at the end of this game. We are gonna finish it today. I did not think we would, but we are going to.
Also, I want to point out it's a small detail while I'm slightly buying time for anybody that knows the ping. What's up, Bree?
Nothing. I'm fighting
Okay.
Volvagia, sorry.
Okay. The fact it kind of just hit me how fucking cool it is that one, I know Coffee like woke up fucking Diego out of his coma, but the sheer fact he said his nervous system is like fucked, and that's usually what coffee affects the most of. That's how oh my god, it's more than just a quirky, haha, I love drinking coffee, I drink 15 cups. It's like, no, I can drink 15 cups because my nervous system is fucking shot.
Yeah.
It just doesn't affect me. And it's also kind of like, I wonder if I drink enough I'll feel something. Which is like, fuck, man.
Every morning at work.
Like, God, Godot, so, and that fucking CG art of him with the fucking sword in his hand stance the fuck up. Like,
Just saying, they know how to draw these characters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad about it.
God, I didn't think, I always like detested seeing the name like Feeny, like I was like, ugh, vile. But then it's like that one Feeny there, I'm like, fuck.
It's so good.
It's very effective for sure.
Also, it makes all the time at the fucking temple the interactions between like, fuck, between like Phoenix and fucking Iris. It's like, there's something here, but I can't put my finger on it. It's like, wow, they're really. I thought it was just like, oh, man, this sure reminds me of my ex-girlfriend. But no, it's my actual. Oops, it's my actual girlfriend. Oh man.
I'm glad
Alright.
you can see the light of Phoenix X Iris.
Yeah, fucking Yoshi's been a Phoenix Irish truther since at least since I met him.
I'm on fucking board with that. It's like, God, it's like, how do I describe it? Because there's so many like fanfic tropes where it's like, ooh, we have to pretend we're in love, like.
No, I'm such a sucker for that kind of trope for sure.
But the thing is, it's like one of them was fully in on it, and one person's like, oh, I have to make appearances. It's like a one-sided, oh, I have to pretend I'm in love with this person, and it's like,
And
damn,
it's
I love this series.
Pretty complicated now.
Man, my icon in this server is fucking accurate. The fucking Phoenix crouching down, holding his head. Oh man. I also appreciated, like, it reached a point where, like, you know the game's getting good when the quips stop from all of us.
Yeah,
and
no,
they're
legitimately,
like,
I was like, I muted my mic because I was like, I don't want to fucking risk, like, ruining the moment.
because we had, like, a solid, like, 5-10 minutes, like, and it's, man, like, Mark, I always appreciate your performance all the time, but I want to give extra kudos that, like, I could hear in your voice that you locked the fuck in, like, like, near the very end there. and it elevated it so much. There's something about like characters normally comic relief, like it's not just one line, but you were like, oh, like just perfect.
You know it's serious when Josh was serious.
Yeah.
It's one of those endings to and I think like these games do, and any games that are like in threes do it pretty darn well. How their story can last 3 games and then wrap up in this like perfect little bundle where every case you worked to from the start matters even in the end of the last. Like, it really is this feeling of, look at how far we come, look at where our story's been, and now you just get this beautiful ending that ties it into a bow. And I haven't played the Apollo Justice games yet, but I hope to goodness it does something like that. But like, even in the Professor Layton games or in 999, those sets of 3 games really just like, they've got it down. And I'm so excited we got to share this moment with you guys together, because this has been amazing.
Yeah, even if it's not
And
like
sad it's
planned.
over. Like, hello.
No, I'm gonna cry when we get to the end of this.
I'm sorry. It's just, I remember playing this game the first time during COVID and just being like,
Hi,
wow, this is
Hello.
awesome.
Hi!
what do you mean we're finishing the game?
We're finishing
We're
the
finishing
game today!
Surprise!
Surprise!
We made
Just
damn
fucking-
good time.
Just decided to lock in on the final trial.
Oh yeah, we did.
yeah.
We absolutely did.
Did you
this-
just like
once
not
again-
do any bits? How did you manage that?
Yeah.
Pretty minimal, yeah.
Like we were all fucking locked. Like we were all. Hold on. I mean, actually, I want to jump into stream because I have an emote exactly for this moment that I drew. Hold on, that's for my
Oh.
channel. Hold on. Let me pull up. I'll drop it in. I'll drop it in Twitch chat so that. there we go.
Oh my god, yes. Yes, I
It's
forgot
the
about that
fucking-
emote.
The flow there, my fucking
So
lock
good.
in. That was all of us at the very end. Just fucking- God. Fuck.
Whew.
If
Alright.
I'd known we'd be finishing today, I would have been there for the whole stream.
It's okay, we
No,
didn't
oh,
think we
trust
were
me,
gonna
it's-
finish either, so...
Yeah.
We just made really good time.
Yeah.
All right. Should I start have Phoenix think to himself now?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's time.
So I guess it's all over. The way everything ended, was justice really served? The man who risked his life to save Maya is being sent to prison by my own hand.
I was about to say, this is
Sorry.
actually perfect timing if
Yeah,
if
if you wanna
Astrid's
read
here
this,
now.
Astrid.
100%.
Yeah, but wouldn't this be channeled?
Well, we
Would be
don't...
channeled, I think.
Oh, do we know who's channeling her, though?
Wouldn't it be Pearl?
That would make sense.
Yeah, it's
I
probably
can
Pearl.
go. Yeah, I can go. I'm sitting in a fairy fountain. I'm safe right now. Of course. Justice was served.
Okay, yeah.
Had to get my magic meter upgrade.
Oh, this fucking not the Fae Sisters theme. Fuck.
It's good,
Mia.
but I'm proud of you, Phoenix. Your defense was truly brilliant.
But I couldn't save Mr. Armando. The man
The
who
man
cared
who
so
cared
deeply.
so... Oh, sorry. Whoa.
We just like started channeled each other.
Once again, Fae Sisters reading the minds of Phoenix.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The man who cared so deeply for you.
You're wrong, Phoenix. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible.
You mean with that verdict?
I think one day you'll understand too. Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing. You are as good out there today as any defense attorney could ever hope to be. There's nothing more you can learn from me.
Mia.
You've accomplished something I wasn't able to. I owe you a great deal. Thank you.
Mia.
I'm sure we'll meet again. Someday, Phoenix.
I've handled lots of cases and seen a lot of things. And along this journey, I found myself asking just one question. What does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer.
Nick,
Maya.
I guess it's just like my sis said.
Mia? What did she say?
That night, when I channeled Mia to get her advice on what to do, this is what she wrote back in my notebook. Don't worry, Phoenix will save everyone in the end.
But...
Come on, cut it out with that gloomy face! Can't you see? Me, sis, and I'm sure Iris too. We owe you for everything you have done for us, Nick.
Maya. How? How can you be so bright and chipper after all that's happened? You were brutally attacked. You even saw your own mother murdered.
Ouch! Franziska!
Ah,
Still a softie as always, Phoenix, right? Aren't you lucky I'm the only one who showed up after being paid? Never mind. We need Sam.
You could
I'm
you
so
could,
happy they're
Wait,
both here.
you filled in for Edgeworth, so
Yeah.
you could be Edgeworth too.
I was Edgeworth once.
Yeah.
Excellent work, right?
Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, when did you get back?
Oh, that's right. I guess no one filled her in on that.
Edgeworth and Franziska have actually been helping me.
Helping you?
These two hadn't been there on the first day of the trial. The defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
Wow. But where were you, Nick?
I heard he fell into a river and caught a nasty cold, which forced him to sleep all day. Yes, he laid in bed shivering from his fever with Iris's hood pulled over his head.
Oh, ouch! Talk about embarrassing, Nick. You definitely need more training. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. And you too, Franziska?
I want to say that's Larry.
Oh boy.
Really?
We're starting to run out of
And
duplicates.
in responce to Larry showing up.
I'll give Aster a break from 3 in a row.
It could be Gumshoe, for all I know.
It might be.
I'd have thought Gumshoe
I
possibly.
think it's Larry.
I don't think Larry would know what this word suppose means.
True.
Is it, wait, Yosh, what do you say? It is
Yosh
Larry?
said-
I
yeah.
think it's Larry.
I don't suppose. Yeah.
There he is.
But there's room for me at this group hug, is there?
No.
Oh!
No.
Larry!
What's with the, longer than usual face? I realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never of use to anyone. Not even once.
True.
That's not true, right, Nick?
No, it is.
What? You're asking me? Well, Nick, is it true? I've got a place in this world, right?
Nope.
Yeah, it's a fucking grave. I'm joking. Huh? Oh, yeah, of course.
An avocado.
I knew it.
Hey.
Everyone would be better off if I were gone for good. Pearl, give me the rifle.
It's actually a revolver.
Whatever. I'm gonna be like that Bjork guy. No. I mean, oh, yeah.
You could be like that one artist and send your ear that you cut off in the mail to like your lover.
To that first girl in the first case.
Yeah, and after you cut off your ear, you can cut off the rest of your digits and then your limbs, and then just carry on until you stop, mate.
I love that.
Those portraits you painted, those were They were really good. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
What? Me?
Why are you making that face, huh, Edgy?
Oh, well, yes, indeed. I certainly can't say that they lack resemblance.
Do you really mean it? What about you, Francie? Did I draw you well too? Ah!
My beauty can't possibly be captured by a mere crayon. Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put into it, and that's worth something.
So then you'll do it, like you promised? You're gonna model for my— Ow!
Don't get carried away. I'm not used to voicing Francisco without an accent, because I've been doing Edgeworth game streams with another friend, and
yeah.
I've been giving her an accent there.
Well, how about that? I guess painting portraits is the only thing I'm good at.
You're not even good at that.
The painting of Pearl is pretty darn good too, if you ask me. Huh?
Now that you mention it, I haven't seen her around.
Pearls. Where could she have gone? Normally she would have made a beeline for Maya.
Oh, I'll go look for her. Be right back.
Pearl with the fucking sword of Karain running to the detention center to fucking...
Hey, Pearly.
Swords are so 2 centuries ago. Swords are so in.
Right. You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. I suspect you are wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all that has happened.
Yeah.
To be honest, I can't understand it either.
Oh, Yoshi, don't. I can't believe you brought that back. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Francisca. That's right. She lost her father fairly recently as well.
I think I understand how she feels. Maya is a much wiser person than she appears, and I think she realizes something. Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can. What do you mean by now is exactly the time? Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, there was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she. I believe it's for that person that Maya is trying her best not to cry.
Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya.
Edgeworth, the thing I'm starting to understand, too.
Ow! Then tell me, Phoenix Wright. Who is Maya Fey being strong for?
Fucking
oh my god.
bikini.
It's been so long. Pearl Fey.
Poor kid. After all, the reason she worked so hard to follow the instructions. Because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. It's for the good of the Fae clan. I'm sure she believed in every last word. She thought she was doing it for Maya. That's why she was so happy. It shows how truly devoted she is to Maya.
But it's a cruel irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Fey's mother was killed, and Maya herself was put into the deepest peril imaginable.
That's exactly why Maya is putting on a brave face. Doing it for Pearl's sake. So she can see her smile again.
Oh, I can do this.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hey. So this is where you all were. Wow, looks like we've got quite a bunch here to... Ouch! What was that for, sir?
Sorry about that, Scruffy. My whip just seems to have a mind of its own.
What's up, Detective Gumshoe?
Oh, you know, this and that. Anyway, congrats on your win. Let's go tonight, pal. Dinner's on me. My salary just got sort of kind of gone down by a teeny weeny bit, but it's alright. I made reservations at a first-class French restaurant tonight. Oh,
Pretty good work, Scruffy. That whip was your reward.
Detective Gumshoe? You said a first-class French restaurant. You don't mean...
très bien. Where else?
I knew it. We're doomed.
Come on, let's go, everyone. Can't keep Maggie waiting, pal.
I'm gonna save real quick because I think we're about to finish, and I want a save close to the end here, so.
Hey, you, crybaby. You're invited too.
Oh, forget about me. Pearl and I will be at the loser shack eating potatoes. Dude, you gotta stop hanging out with Pearl.
Yeah.
She's a bad influence.
No, I just mean, just Larry. Come on.
You know, Maya's taking an awfully long time to get back. She's still out looking for Pearl.
Mike said Gumshoe just wants to see Maggie. Yeah, he's like, let's go see my girlfriend.
Oh, Maya, what's wrong?
Nick, what do I do? Pearlie, I can't find her anywhere.
Huh?
I bet she just went back home. That's all.
I thought so too, so I called the village. But no one has heard from her. This has never happened before.
As I figured. She's been badly hurt by this incident. She feels responsible for the tragedy that has befallen you, Maya.
But none of this was her fault. What should I do?
Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah, what is it, pal?
Use the tracker and the revolver to find her.
Oh god.
Leave it to me.
Literally Chekhov's gun.
Yeah. Could you guys go on ahead?
But what about you?
Maya and I will... We'll join you guys once we find pearls.
Nick,
Don't worry about us, Detective Gumshoe. We may be a little late. We'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah, but you're... Ah!
Very well, Phoenix Wright. We'll go on ahead. Don't keep us waiting, right?
We won't.
but where should we look? Where could Pearlie have gone?
Let's go, Maya. There's only one place that I can think of that pearls might have gone to. Pearls is doing donuts with the fucking like fucking snowmobile.
Finally had my chance to use this while they're not there. Hee hee, stinky adults.
GTA up in here with her.
Jesus.
Well, did
How's
they
it
actually? They
gonna
live they verbatim said. Sorry, I talked.
You're good, you're
I
good.
talked to- I think they verbatim said Grand Theft Auto when they were talking about like the vehicle. I could
That
have
does
sworn.
sound familiar, yeah.
For pearls, I bet this is a very important place. After all, that's where this whole incident started.
Oh no. What's this? You're all back again so soon. Sister Bikini? I thought we'd be eating mashed potatoes alone tonight. So she's here? Pearly is here? She's in the training hall. Why don't you hurry along and go see her? Okay. Pearly's not here.
Ah! Maya! The hanging scroll!
Someone cleaned it off.
Maya's sounding very Bikini-esque now.
Sorry, I just got
Gotta
a
be pearls.
sneezing fit.
I was having some Larry sneak into Phoenix, and I was like,
It's,
no!
It's hard. I don't know how you do it, Astrid, because when you voice Francisca and Miles, you're like two different fucking people, and I'm like, I can't do that shit.
I think I just have practice playing the entire game.
I guess that's
doing
fair.
that for every character.
That is fair.
Stick Maya!
Pearly! Why did you just leave like that?
Stick Maya! Stick Maya! I swore that I would never trouble the two of you ever again. Because it's all my fault that Mystic Maya's mother.
That's why you came here?
The least I could do to pray for your happiness.
You don't have to do that, Pearly. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course I'm sad that my mother is gone, but how do I say this? I'm still happy.
You don't have to lie just to make me feel better.
No, really. It's true. The only reason I'm still here at all is thanks to everyone who was there for me. My sis, my mother, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you. If even one of you weren't there, I'm sure I wouldn't still be alive right now. That's why I have to be strong. For all the people that were there for me when I needed them. That's all I can really do.
Mystic Maya.
I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty. Sister Bikini. Your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I want to tell you what she said to me that night. Oh, Jesus Christ.
After dishonoring the... Oh, sorry, I filled in for this one.
Oh, yeah.
just to save everybody else.
Totally fine.
Fair enough.
After dishonoring the good name of Coraine, I don't have the right to face my daughter. But still, Maya is always in my thoughts. It's true. She'll always be with me until the day I die.
Your spirit was with her. That's why your mother was so strong. Even at the end, I'm sure she had no regrets.
She'll always be with me until the day I die, huh? There's a rule or something all masters are to follow, isn't there? To never take the charm off until the day you die.
Min.
The thing that Misty kept by her heart and would never take off. It wasn't the container that was important, rather it was the contents.
That's...
Oh, sorry.
Mother.
Only natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives. What makes us human is that we fight for others. Who do you fight for? How hard must you fight? That's the true measure of what human life is worth. We defense attorneys are warriors who are constantly challenged by that question. Even when the battle is over, and the bonds that connect us are severed, we always return, time and time again. Mia, Maya, Pearls, Mr. Armando. Maya's mother, too. I learned that from all of them.
Well, shall we get going? Everyone is waiting. This is a day to remember. A day when a lot of things were finally put to rest.
Tell me about it.
I think we should celebrate what we've overcome today.
Still can't.
Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training, I promise. I know, and I won't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations for 3 for when you come back. All right, we're going to have a great feast today, Pearly. You know why? Because training is a battle of endurance.
Hey, Mystic Maya. I'll eat lots of food tonight covered in gravy.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I had a gravy breakdown earlier on stream.
Good.
Yeah.
It was something along the lines of gravy, 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 gravy. You know, there's one thing I don't get, and probably don't want to, but
What is it, Nick?
reservations for training is fine and all. But why for 3?
Come on, what do you think? You're one of us, Nick. Next time you could train right alongside us.
Huh?
I'll be waiting for you. Sister Bikini will take special care of you.
Huh? Huh?
It'll be great, Nick. We're going to do the special course, naturally.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Idea, after all, Mr. Nick. You'd do anything for Mystic Maya, wouldn't you? Even walk on hot coals, right?
We'll have a nice big meal before we come next time, right, Nick?
You know, I was wondering if I could just say one little thing.
Sure, of course you can.
Can't wait to hear it.
I'm getting goosebumps too.
Well then, here goes nothing.
Okay, it's autoplaying, so everybody be on point.
Okay.
Gotta lock in.
And enjoy the music.
Lock in, plus half of the cast isn't here, so we need to decide on the spot when to voice someone new.
I'll really have to work extra hard now. Master of Karain and the office manager of Wright and Co. Law offices. And I have to be a good big sister to Pearly and Nick, too. Well, as long as I'm not locked up or captured or something like that.
If Willpower shows up, I call him.
I don't know if we'll see. I'm curious if we'll see anybody from the first game.
So it's true. Mr. Nick is Mystic Maya's knight in shining armor. He went through the special course all the way to the end. Actually, I heard there's a legendary extra special ultra course here too. I think I'll surprise the two of them by making them a secret reservation.
Leave it
Using
to
all their
Rigo to
money.
keep with the auto scrollers when the one who voiced fucking old bag
Oh god,
and
yes.
kept up.
Maggie bought me a brand new coat as a present pair. If you're 10 years younger, then I would take it off.
Yes, but somehow you just don't seem the same. I guess the dirty, shabby old overcoat is just more detective-like, sir.
Don't worry about it. In the name of love, a man will sort himself silly.
He will never be seen
Also-
with this coat again.
Couple goals.
Yeah.
Also, hi, Ari.
Hi,
Hi,
Ari.
Ari.
Hello.
Hi, Ari.
Oh, perfect timing.
Oh, you're very far away.
Couldn't hear a
You-
word
you're
you're
very
saying.
quiet.
Yeah,
you sound
you're
like
really
you're in a,
muffled.
you sound like you're on the radio locked in the cupboard,
So
locked
sorry, Ari.
in a box.
Ari, your mic sounds like it's aimed away from you.
Oh no! Desi and I started a company called Mask Star to Mask Consulting.
Wait, Mark, it's your time.
We're
Dedicated to stopping evil plans and all the criminals in the
Our
cell.
motto is cut it out, please! Well, we also sell plans to the criminals as a kind of side business. I wonder if that's okay. Sometimes I think maybe we're the worst criminals.
What kind of plants are you selling?
Your ones.
I wanted to show my appreciation to Mr. Wright for exterminating Don Tigre, so I lent him $500,000. A spatty tea set, a special thick tea, one I mixed with my own hands. I bet he's drinking it now. Through compromise.
The slow speech does not work.
Yeah,
when
this
the
dog
text is
this
auto
goes way too
scrolling.
fast. We're having to like. Oh no!
I'm just stolen in the way. A wrinkly, grubbly clown-nosed waste of flesh. At least that's what I thought. But my grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. Talk
Aw.
about embarrassing. 69 years
Oh.
old and I cried like
Nice.
a baby with a dirty diaper.
I'm just now realizing how many fucking roles Sam had in this game because he wasn't
Oh
educated.
yeah, Sam killed it. Like,
Yeah.
yep.
I can say whatever I want because my microphone's not audible.
Oh, we can hear you now.
Hear you a
Yeah,
little
but-
bit.
Kind
Now.
of you.
Ah, shit. I do hope everyone will get him on stream. Adam, I didn't read that. As soon as I heard his name, I knew I'd really thank you for blind tastic. This is
Nice.
the voice I have. I forgot what the voice
You
was.
started out clear and then like it drifted
Yeah,
away.
It was,
I'm not sure.
It was still manageable-ish, but my, more reporters. Since the murder, we've made so much money I hardly know what to do. I think the magazines like us because I provide such a nice visual, especially in spring. I can hardly wait for Iris to come back. You've turned into such a respectable man, Feeny. It was so sweet of you and everyone else to come and visit me here the other day. Of course, I was happy that you constantly had your eyes on me, but I felt kind of bad when the little one slapped you so hard you got a nosebleed. Yes, that's what
Us.
we've been doing.
Voice us.
Woo, Emma! Yay, Sam
Sam.
slash Astrid!
That's not really fair, Sam.
Yay, like the 5 different people.
I also enjoyed voicing Mia that one time.
Yeah. They spelled everyone's names wrong. Bad localization. Yes, thank you, Yoshi.
Shout out to
Woo,
Yosh!
Shout out to Yosh!
Not quite how you spell my name.
Close. Also, Astrid and
Astrid!
Felix.
Yay, Astrid!
I can't wait to stop being a substitute for the next game.
Bea! Woo!
Bea's Winston voices are always
So good. She started
Yeah.
us off so strong. Oh.
Oh, Ree.
Oh, Ree!
Oh,
Ree!
no. What's this? I'm back from a long, tiring vacation. No one else is here to greet me. I fought the rabies off. I guess while I was gone, my little snapper buddy quit, and now I've got no one. And what kind of lonely, crazy security room is this supposed to be anyway? I'm alone. I have nothing to do. With all that, the flashing lights and switches, I feel like some sort of space alien. I hope I don't come back as another character. And now what am I going to do with all these mechanisms to bring over Edgy Poo? Oh, I'll know exactly what I do to Edgy Poo here. I can't accept these. When will I ever find a gentleman who will treat me like a refined lady?
I can't
Let's
believe
just
you found
remove
time to
consent.
improvise in the middle of a fucking old bag dialogue, Ree. Oh my god.
There's so much.
Hey! I finally found something I love to do! Francis Whippity Whip Trip is gonna turn on the art world on its head! I should have realized it sooner. Self-centered, lazy, antisocial. I'm an artist! A really good portrait artist! I'm not a loser after all!
Well,
Well,
Hey, who's that cloaked figure charging me? I'm going to the river!
Oh.
Oh,
Aw.
okay, Larry, Larry, that's...
Larry is actually good at art.
Wow, he actually is, that's pretty good.
Oh.
Larry, how do you know how Mia looked?
You
No,
saw her, the first case.
I was
In the
gonna
first
say, yeah, the
case.
first case they were all together. Aww. Guys.
Wow.
We fucking
We
did
We
it.
did it.
We did
Let's
the
take time
fucking
next week.
impossible.
At the start of an age.
Oh, hold on. I want to scroll up. Yoshi wrote there was a couple people, but it was auto scrolling, so I couldn't read them. I want to read the very nice things that people said. Yoshi said, "This has been a wonderful 4 years, 2 months, 3 weeks, and 5 days." Yoshi, how do you know how long it's been? Did you math that? Thank
Wait,
you all.
does that mean
What?
you spent 2 years on this one specifically?
Yeah, we did.
Oh my god.
Thank you all to each dedicated cast member who has been present for any stream and all this time, for breathing such life in every role. I am very glad I got to experience this story with you, through you all. Thank you. That's so sweet, Yoshi. Thank you for being there for us. You've been such a great fan. Sarah said, "My phone died and I couldn't say anything, but this game is peak. You guys did a great job. I enjoyed it a whole lot, even though I wasn't around for the whole ride." Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Oh my goodness. Mark, that's actually a funny idea.
Fucking dice roll.
Oh, guys.
Wow, we started on the first day of November. Man, I guess November 1st is an important day. I guess we should mark that down. That like November 1st is like
Yeah.
when this all started.
Yeah.
When
I think technically we started on October 31st because we were doing it on Saturdays at the time.
oh
were.
yeah.
Yeah, but time zones are funny.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I remember Emma pulling me aside one day saying, "Hey, there's this project I'm working on. Do you want to jump into it?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? More time to hang out with you and other people."
Just think
Shout
what-
outs to Eri for randomly messaging me one day and saying like, "Hey, you like Ace Attorney, right? Please help. We need a voice actor."
Yeah.
just think when we started this, most of you guys are in college. Astrid was a toddler.
Oh my god. 20 in a month, for the record. I think I was 17 when I joined these
Oh my
streams.
know what?
goodness.
3 of
So
us got
when we
married in
started,
this
you'd have
time
been in
span?
like year 11.
Was it 3 of us got married in this time span?
Yeah,
you're
3
not
of us. Yeah, legitimately.
Three.
When we started, I was in a different state. I hadn't met my husband. Like, oh my god, and things have changed so much.
By the way, people in the stream, when they say about 3 of them getting married, they don't mean to each other.
Oh yeah, we're a throuple.
no,
We're a
no.
throuple now.
There were there were 3 marriages. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh my god. Ugh, I love you guys so much. When I started this idea back in 2020, like I oh god, I'm crying so much. It just really means a lot that you guys signed up for this and kept going with it. It was just such a silly little like pandemic thing that I wanted to do, and I was kind of isolated, and I didn't think that we would make it this far. But you guys are all really, really important to me, and this has been such a fun project. And I mean that in like the chat too, all of you guys who visit every week that we do it, and you guys are all so important to me, and I'm just really grateful. And I know this isn't the end, but it's such like, or I hope it isn't the end at least. I don't want to speak for everyone, but just the fact that we got through this whole trilogy is such a big deal, and I'm so grateful to you guys, and especially those of you who like joined halfway through. Like, you got roped into something that was so crazy already, and You had no idea what was going on, but you hopped in like nobody's business.
Yeah. God, this is genuinely a childhood dream come true, and that is like not me making up errors or putting like that's literally me booting up my funny Microsoft DS and launching the first Phoenix Wright game, already having a love for voice acting, but being like, this game is so fucking cool, and then seeing like probably like almost like 15 years ago, like 15ish years ago, seeing like a YouTube fan dub of it and being like, oh, I could do that. Like that'd be fun to do that. And I don't know if I could assemble enough people for that. Someday it'll be fun to do that.
Christ, yeah, you guys all would have actually just been children when these games came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I was
didn't.
looked at. It's 2005, 2006.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. I was playing
fine.
Mario. I was playing Mario Pinball Land. A dog ass game. That game is dog ass. It was so bad.
I was 15 then.
Yeah, I was 10.
I was technically a child, but you know, not.
2005ish.
Yeah.
That's that's
That feels
I
like
was
so
7.
long ago.
7.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
4 years later, and well,
did
many
it.
years for me, like when like I dreamed of this, but 4 years later, we fucking did it. We did the impossible. We always made
Yeah.
a joke like, oh, we're never gonna finish it.
No, there's been so many jokes about how long things have taken and stuff like that, but like, I don't know. It could have been so easy for like all of you guys to be like, you know what? This is too much time. I've got too much going on in my personal life. I'm gonna dip. And you guys have stuck through it, and like, I think that says a lot about you guys as like your characters of like being able to stick through a project, but it just really means a lot to me just personally.
It's been a nice constant to always have in my life. I'm gonna be real. Like, like almost every Sunday, it's been like, yeah, Ace Attorney dub. It's been so much fun to like.
Yeah.
It feels surreal. God, the gravity. God, I feel like mental gravity just sank in as I said that. Like how much this is. I mean,
Yeah.
hell, God, on top of the 3 weddings, I transed my gender through this project. when we started this project out, I was still I was bi, but I was still very much a cis, like I was still very cisgender when we started this out, and then
That
whatever
is a pretty big
gender.
deal.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing to look back on. Is like, oh yeah, that was a previous gender.
There's been so many metamorphosi throughout this, but
Also,
Yeah.
Ari left a
How
nice.
many-
oh, did she leave a note in the?
Yeah, in a stream and
I'm gonna
the
type
actual
this
in the
here
Discord stream chat.
Because I know the mic won't pick it up, and using text to speech will ruin the mood. But this is such a fun project, even if it kind of petered out and how freaking it was towards the end. I love you so much, and I hope to have an actual microphone someday for the next project. We should start a fundraiser to get Ari a microphone.
Oh, absolutely. I would happily. And they even like they sell really good like for mobile phones. They sell one like lapel mics that plug right into the charging port.
Oh, really?
And I've had really good luck with it.
I'm pretty sure that in the time we've had this, I've had about 5 different headsets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've gone through so many microphones to the point where now I'm actually using like professional quality equipment.
Hell yeah.
Doesn't sound as good as
Yeah.
it could be because this room is very echoey.
Oh,
But
no.
one day,
I just go through mine so quick because I have to use them for work. So when you're on the headset about 10 hours a day, you get through them.
Mm-hmm. Oh shoot, what was I gonna say? I do like how like this. I think the microphone quality is like the biggest tell of like how much of like a scrappy project we are. Kind of is like everybody's got something different that they're using. Like some people are using a headset, some people are using a standing mic, some people are using literally
People are
like
just using their laptop.
yeah, their laptop. Some people, yeah, it's just so fun. I really love it.
Ree's just talking into a gun.
Yes.
Yeah,
I should.
I do want to comment on that. I understand why a lot of projects will be like, hey, if you want to be a part of this, like you got to have this equipment. But I think what's been really fun about this is has been like whenever we recruit people, like I feel like it'd be so much different if like we recruit people. It's like, hey, do you want to come dub for this? You gotta have a good mic though. You gotta have you need to have an interface. You gotta have an XLR microphone, or else you can't be in it.
That was always like my biggest hurdle with getting into projects like this when I was younger, is that I had a shitty microphone, and then for a few years I had a Blue Yeti, which is like decent, but like still not professional quality. I've had this, shout outs to the AT20 2020, I think.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got that same mic. It's fucking sick.
Hell yeah. I've had this since November. I haven't had a chance to use it on these streams yet. This is my first time.
When y'all get the chance, do you want to drop that link in one of our chats so we can look at it?
The microphone?
Oh, the microphone we're
Yeah.
using?
I have it pinned in my DMs with someone. Let me go grab it.
It's very nice. Yeah, it's the thing with it's a weird first investment you gotta make when you buy an XLR microphone because it can't plug straight into your computer. But all you gotta do is just buy you just gotta buy a little interface that basically, you know, like when you think of like a stage microphone, how it's got that kind of thick cable with like the 3 prongs. You just need something that you plug that into, and then it turns it to USB that can be plugged into your computer.
Hell yeah.
So all you really like is just those 2 things is the main
Just
thing.
need those 2 things in a dream.
Yeah.
I bought a Blue Yeti mic like years and years ago for a different project. And so that was one of the things is I was like, well, I have this microphone. I should do something with it.
Do we dare ask the next question?
Oh boy.
What's next?
What next?
That's the crazy thing is we've talked so much about it, and I think we all never thought that we would get here. So we avoided answering the question for like 3 years.
We talked about it earlier today, and we
should
said, who knows?
Yeah, we said,
We're gonna
we'll
find out
leave
in the
that for
future.
later.
We should do Umineko.
Oh fucking no, God, Jesus Christ!
God.
That would be. If we took us 4 years to finish this game, it would literally take us 3 lifetimes to finish Umineko.
Don't forget Higurashi.
Oh God. I would be more. I love Higurashi, so. But that one's like, I think that one's a little bit shorter, so that one might take 1.5 lifetimes.
Because she hasn't played much of the genre, we could actually do some RPGs and stuff.
Oh,
and it'll be going in blind for Kirsten.
Oh my God, Jesus.
I want to say in an official capacity, let's not decide anything here because the sheer fact of how much of a splinter off of the fucking amazing cast we have.
Yeah, I definitely would want to make it like kind of more of a group decision, especially considering like the ones that we've talked about. Like we've cast some of a lot of the options, but there's no like a full thing. So I mean,
with that one specifically, I was gonna just like start from scratch because it's been so long.
I guess that's fair. We did talk about that a while back, so
yeah.
So there's that, but then we also have like parts casted for like the next Ace Attorney thing. If we wanted to jump into that, Ari did bring up there is the Among Us stream. I have been wanting to do this for years and years and years.
Oh, the in-character one.
Yeah, like where we play it in character, and we have not gotten around to it yet. But I would like to do that at some point. If it's just one day's worth.
I can be suspicious as I want. It'll just be the judge being an idiot.
Yeah. I just think it would be so fun, and it's so different, and like it would give us a break a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So I do want to do that at some point.
It'd be easier to assemble everybody for it too. It'd be like, come on, it'd be like rally everybody to.
Except Yosh because he hates it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yosh, would you be willing to be in the chat and just not play? Or not in the chat, but like in the voice chat?
I could do
that. He can be the narrator.
Yeah. He could be like, he'd be like, party foul.
Yeah.
He could be the ref.
Wait, the ghost of Manfred von Karma.
Oh my God.
I'm not in this game because I hate Among Us, and I'm also dead.
Every time Sam or Astrid says something, he's like, you fucking idiot. You didn't get that right. You dumb. You're not my kid.
Video games.
These are not my children.
Exactly. That would be worth it. Please, God, do that.
Just a peanut gallery, like heckling.
Just cheering when Phoenix gets killed.
I almost did that.
If this was me, I would have gotten a baby seat.
It's like the fucking Muppets, like 2 old men that are like talking shit. Oh man. Oh man. Now that I'm gonna actually hit the press order button on my
Oh
food.
yes, yes, please get some food. I also need to go eat. But thank you guys so much once again. I can't fucking believe we did this, but we did it. Thank you everybody here who's not here, everybody in chat, all of our regulars in chat that did not make it today. Thank you guys so much for doing this, for believing in this, and making it happen. And wherever the next few years takes us with this kind of project, I am super excited for it, and I can't wait.
Yay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.